Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Got to Grow podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching, a series of unfortunate events. Today I'm going to talk about Season 1, Episode 5, The Wide Window, Part 1. So I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts. I just finished rewatching this episode just a couple minutes ago. In this one, the Boulders meet their newest guardian, Aunt Josephine, who likes herself some grammar. And she was described as a fierce and formidable warrior, but not so much anymore, or fierce and formidable person in general. I guess I don't know if they said warrior. I don't know where I got warrior from. Anyways, but that she was this fierce and legendary person, and when they meet her, she's this timid, scared, frightened person. And yeah, I remember this book very. So this episode was kind of just all absorbing, really, and not a lot particular happens in this episode. The Boulders just meeting this new guardian, trying to get answers out of her for their past, and she just refuses to give it to them. And they try to go looking for answers on their own, but they only get so far. Like, they find the book of the incomplete history of secret organizations, but they don't actually open it up. I know they didn't get time because that's when Aunt Josephine, but they could have, after she left, they could have gone back to it and did a little reading. I know they were more preoccupied with trying to figure out an escape route, which I thought was not the best plan. That doesn't seem like the best plan, trying to climb out a window. But yeah, other than that, this episode is pretty enjoyable. It's kind of, I like the bits we get, the fact that Olaf, again, the kids recognize him right away, but nobody else seems to ever recognize him. I like he went so far as to pretend to have lost a leg in this one, and that he really sticks to it. I like the flashback to him and Aunt Josephine meeting, and him, wowing her, or getting, I don't want to say, that's not the right word, but yeah, getting, making her fall for him, which just happened so quick. But I guess she's lonely. He played the right cards, because yeah, it was weird. But yeah, some of the stuff I have written down that I liked about this episode: there was a Mr. Snicket name drop a couple times when Count Olaf first goes up against the one guy who's pretending to be a shop owner, or is a shop owner, who's also part of the VFD. I forget his name. I meant to look that up before we did this, but yeah, him and Olaf exchange a couple things about Mr. Snicket, which at first, for those of us who've already seen the series, we kind of know a little ahead that in the show, I believe he's referring to actually Lemony Snicket's brother, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll try to get to that once I get to it. But I just I like the name drop. I'm a big fan of a name drop. But yeah, what else do we have? Oh, there was an Uber joke. I like that. Sunny, they edited that in under the thing of her saying Uber. I thought that was just kind of a funny little thing they added into here. At one point I saw near the end, Lemony Snicket's doing one of his narrations, and he's standing on a cliff, and there's a rock, and in the rock it says Beatrice on it. I'm just like, that seems significant. I don't know why, because obviously that's Lemony Snicket's love, but I'm curious why it's on the stone. I don't know why. I feel like that's some kind of Easter egg or some kind of something, but I don't know what it is. So that's why I wrote it down, but I'm not sure. Be sure to let me know if you guys know. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, at one point we hear somebody mention volunteers about the parents that or Aunt Josephine mentions that her and her parents used to volunteer together, and I just like that as a little nod to the VFD, which I still don't know a whole lot about, but we get the pieces throughout this series. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for this episode. Not a whole lot. A lot of talking was going on. A lot about grammar. But at the end, obviously, we get Aunt Josephine dying. But we'll get to the next episode and we'll talk about that. But be sure to let me know in the comments below if there's anything about this episode in particular you guys liked, or if anything didn't match up quite with the books that you didn't like or did like. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining me today, and have a good one.